Welcome back, everyone. You're here at Fat Boy Nation. I'm Joe. Of course, you probably already know that if you've been watching my videos. Today is another scrapping / recycling video. I have an old server tower from the early 90s that I just happened to buy at a liquidation sale for $1. So, now, before we get started, if you don't mind, if you could hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already, and hit that like button. I'd like to try to hit 1,000 likes on one of my videos. So, now, basically, let's get started. First, let's get this thing out of my trunk. Alright, here it is. They didn't hold much stock in server towers back then. This came from a department store. I'm not going to mention the name because I don't know if they want me to mention it or not. But to run a department store today, they need server towers that are this tall. Some of the department stores like Walmart require 3 and 4, probably more server towers. Now, I'm talking back in '93 was when this thing was put into use. Believe me, I remember that day very well when that store opened. Now, this server tower was a beast in its day. It was like the tortoise and the hare. This was the hare compared to home computers. Today, home computers today is the hare compared to this back then. This is the tortoise from back then. So, now, they have come a long way in the years of servers and computers. So, and I'm going to explain things as I go and tell you basically what's worth putting in what pile and how to properly sort computer / server hardware. So, what do you say we get started? As you can tell, the front of this is pretty beat up. But I really don't care because this thing's going to be torn apart and the front of it's probably going to be thrown away. Almost definitely going to be thrown away. So, now, I just watched a video on YouTube about a week ago about computers in their old day having locks on them and what they're for. Some of y'all, if you're back from my day and age or older than me, y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a key lock on the front of the towers and on some on the rear. Some key locks controlled the basically locking out the hard drive once you turn the computer off. Some locked out the keyboard, and some just plainly locked the case. I just hope to God this one doesn't lock the case, but we're about to find out. So, and that's exactly what it is. It locks the case. So, bear with me. I'll be right back with y'all. I'm going to try to figure out how to get this unlocked. Alright everyone, now I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. There's a key lock here and a key lock here. Now, yes, it is locked. And basically what it does when it's unlocked, well, here's one of the key locks from somewhere else in the unit. But basically what it does when it's locked, it actually puts a pin right in this way right here, this bent piece of metal on the side panel. Stops it from sliding back. So that's going to be good because there's little brass pins in these. I can take it apart. So, and who knows, I might be able to rekey it. I do have locksmithing in my blood. Alright, well, I'm going to be right back with you. I'm going to pull my toolbox over and get this bad boy set up on the toolbox and try to get some footage of inside the case. Be right back. Alright, well, as you can tell, we got a couple different components and a holy crap load of dust. That's 24 years of dust collection. So, good Lord. Alright, I'm not really too much worried about the dust. I'm going to explain to you all about these components. So, let's get started about doing some disassembly. Start by getting all these screws out. I'm going to try to explain to you all about computer technology from back in the day. Good thing is I needed some of these screws for another project. So let's get all these expansion slot covers out of the way, because I do need these in another project as well, which is good that I had these. So pretty much starting off, this bad boy right here. Oh man, old school networking. This is an Ethernet card, networking card, PCI, and I'm telling you, these were the slowest network cards ever created. But of course, what can we expect from the early 1990s? So, can you say old school? All right. Now, for the second piece of equipment, right here. This is known as an I/O card. All right. This I/O card had multiple functions. It allowed the installation of extra RAM, and it also allowed the installation of extra IDE and floppy setups, and of course SCSI. Holy crap! I know some people still use SCSI, but nowhere near as much as it used to be. So, and this little card here, I'm not too sure what this is. Kind of looks like a battery backup of some sort, but before I proof the video, I will try to look it up and let y'all know. So, and look at this. Old Intel 960. Oh man, that's a processor chip on the I/O card. They actually had to put a secondary processor on here just to run all these functions, which is freaking amazing. So, let's go a little further. And if I'm thinking right, yep, let's see what this is right over here. I'm almost sure I know what it is. This is the processor. I know it doesn't look like a normal processor, but this is what would be known as a, if I'm remembering right, oh, nope, wait a minute. Yes, this is a processor card. That's right, holy crap. This part right here is also a processor. I'll explain this. The old Pentium 2 processors. Holy crap. Those did not look like processors, but of course they are. Don't know why they created them like this, but they did. Let's just set this one right here and see about unclipping the other processor. See if we can get it unclipped. Well, I guess we're going to have to wait till we get the board off because... Oh, wait, nope, never mind. Durr. I'm not used to this type of stuff. I've never seen processor clamps like this that clamps down on the heat sink, but apparently they used to use them. Now, let's unplug this bad boy if we can. Oh Lord, people, can you see that? Intel Pentium 2 processor. So you can see this right here. This is what's inside of that. So, well, I have it backwards so you can see. See the lineup of the pins? So all servers have between 2 to 4 processors built onto the board. Then with an extension card, which is known as the I/O card, which is that long piece of junk, added on a third processor, which allowed for more processing, faster processing, all around a faster computer. Now, over the years, we have had different types of RAM sticks. We had Sims RAM, we had DIMMs RAM, and we have DDR 1 through 4. This is DIMMs RAM right here, which is not the same thing that's on this card here. See, DDR was the first RAM to come out with these little clips that you clip the RAM down in. This here is known as Sims. This bad boy here, clipped in with little pins on each side, basically is the same exact way that laptop RAM clips in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this bad boy back in. Now you'll notice the biggest difference between Sims and DIMMs was not these clips on the sides. It was the coating on the fingers. They went from silver to gold. So set this right here. Go ahead and unplug these power cables, get them out of the way. God, 24 years of buildup makes this stuff pain in the butt to unplug. God. Oh. This is something I'd never seen in a computer ever, is these quick release clips on the sides. Man, I wish I'd have had a computer that had that in the past. So, what do you say we go with a little further disassembly? Alright, before we go with that, unplug the rest of this stuff on the side. Alright, let's find all these screws and take her out. Ah, okay, gotcha. I was trying to figure out why it wouldn't come loose. And the way this board was designed, to slide back, then pull up and out. Get these fans unhooked, which I can use those for a later project, if they still work, which that's not hard to test. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hang on. One more. Oh, yeah, this is one of those things that I hated with a passion, that I always disconnected on a case. This piece right here, it's a little alarm switch to let you know if the case is open. But if you didn't know the case was open without the alarm, there was a problem. So, right here it is, guys and gals. Sorry, all the dust. You have your motherboard. You had enough slots to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 RAM sticks, which I'd guess to make to probably max this thing out at somewhere between 4 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM, which back in the 93, early 90s, that was a lot of damn RAM. Had your 2 processor slots, and then to top it off, you had this bad boy, which allowed you to sink in 2 more sticks of RAM and another processor. So this right here was high quality, top of the line, space age technology back in the day. I would have loved to have had something like this back in 1993. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't have known what the hell to do with it. I didn't build my first computer till, the summer of 1995. Or was it 96? Heck, I can't remember. All I remember was the very first computer I ever built was a Pentium 100. I think that was the first time my stepdad was actually proud of me for me accomplishing something so awesome. Which I was proud as hell out of my own self. But, alright. Well, let's move these out of the way. Let's flip this thing over. I will be right back with you in just a moment, okay? Be right back. Alright, I'm back with you again. Now, look at all that dust. 24 years worth. Alright, so what do you say we go ahead and explain to you, those of you who don't know what SCSI is, okay? Now, the coolest thing that was ever done with computers was these right here. Originally designed for servers, but in I think it's like 96 or 97, they released these for home computer towers, known as hot swappable computer base. Now, hang on. Yeah. There we go. Whew, look at that dust. So, it is Seagate. I wouldn't doubt that these things weren't too old. They probably upgraded them some years back. Don't know. I will have to let you know. But yes, these are SCSI. So, these were actually very widely used when it came to servers around the world. And SCSI, I don't know the exact term for it, which I will put it at the end of the video with the other part that I told you I'd look up on the I/O card. SCSI was actually a whole heck of a lot faster than IDE. And today I've been told SCSI is still faster than SATA, but it costs so dagblammin' much to put it into a computer. So, if these are good hard drives, and if these hard drives still work and they're pretty decent size, these might go into my server tower that I'm going to be building here pretty soon. So, let's go ahead and get the rest of these bad boys out, and bear with me for a second. Got to do something. Alright. Just found my key fob for my car. Alright, let's go ahead and get the rest of these bad boys out. All this damn dust. Oh, that's an empty tray. It's an empty tray. Oh my god. An empty tray. That's a hard drive right there. Now, it looks like they did RAID 0, possibly RAID 1. All 3 hard drives are exactly the same. To do what I mean by RAID 0, RAID 1, you figure like right here, you got 2 drives, okay? RAID 0 takes the information that you have and splits it, breaks it up into pieces and puts different pieces on both the drives. RAID 1 takes that one single band of information, splits it into 2, so you have 2 exact streams, 2 exact like streams of data. They put one stream on one drive and one stream on the other drive. And then you got RAID 5, which is what a lot of people like to do, which costs a whole crap a lot more. You take a bunch of hard drives and it just stripes it across the drive, and it's basically like RAID 0 but with multiple mounts of hard drives. Now, thinking about it, 3 drives alike, they couldn't have done RAID 5 because RAID 5 requires 4 or more hard drives, is what I've been told. So this was either RAID 0 or RAID 1. So, that's 3 like drives there. Now, when it comes to this, you got your CD-ROMs up here, which I'm not going to try to fight with those. Got your old freaking floppy. Your old CD-ROM. Tape drive. Oh, man. Can you say old school? Now, here's going to be the really, really cool part. Alright. This bad boy turned around without it falling off the toolbox. So these are the power supplies. You look at power supplies and computers, what we have today, and they're literally a fraction of what this is. It took 2 power supplies to power this whole damn tower. And that's a lot. But nowadays, it doesn't even take a third of this amount of space used, as you could tell, as some of y'all who are watching this might know. So, I'm just going to look at this for a minute, take these cords out of here, bear with me, and there's nothing special right here. It's just 2 circuit boards, one that connects to power supplies, and then one that connects all of the SCSI drive sets. Which, SCSI was really cool. I tell you. It was a thing of the future when they first came out with it. And I wish I would have known about it when it came out. That would have been something else. Now these bad boys right here. Ribbon cables. Haha. The most awkward thing to ever have to put through a computer. And it took up so much dang space. I remember when some designer came out with a ribbon cable that instead of it being flat and wide like this, it was all separate wires bundled up into a cylinder and then shrouded. Man, that was a space saver right there. That allowed people to show off the inside of their computer without being ashamed of all that space being used up. So, I got to try to work this pretty fast. So, because my original battery, I don't even know what the heck this is. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing, to be straight up honest. So, alright, there's a knurl nut in here. Take this thing out, see what this does.